Welcome back to Creatively Processed, the place for creative entrepreneurs to come together and discuss the upsides and downfalls of being your own boss. I am once again severely caffeinated. Not much has changed from last week. However, I am recording today inside of my camper. My fiance helped me set up the camper yesterday, and it's going to be like my office for the summer, which I love. I love to be outside. It's my favorite thing. And two, I just need like a space outside of the house. I hate being trapped inside, and I also don't have an office in the house. Our current house is pretty small, but that's okay. We're making lemonade out of lemons. Everything's gonna be good. I'm really excited. I've been kind of envisioning how my summer is gonna be, and I just want to be out here all summer long. So for this week's episode, I'm gonna be talking directly to either people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs or people who are already entrepreneurs that want to branch off and try something different. I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week. But anyway, we're going to be talking all about going with your gut. I'm going to give you, a little bit of advice. And yeah, I think it'll be good. I actually wrote notes this week, so I have something to follow. Thank God. I'm really excited though. Once I started writing out what I wanted to talk about, it just flowed. And I filled up 2 pages of notes, so we've got a bit to cover. Let's start with a weekly review. For work, last week I had my 2 pop-ups. I did Shakedown on Saturday, and before Shakedown, I had time to go stop at the market, the Fulton Street Farmers Market. That's the farmers market that I vend at the most throughout the summer. So I stopped there, and I saw a bunch of my amazing friends. It was so nice to see them. I got so many nice hugs, and it was so good. I cannot wait to go back. It's been so long. But to be fair, I'm planning a wedding. There's children involved. It's a whole thing. So that was that. Shakedown was awesome. Had such a good time. Now, the day after I did my pop-up at Shakedown Street was Sunday. And I did another pop-up. I went to Expressive Skin Tattoo Parlor. I think that's the official name of it, which if you guys haven't been, if you're in Michigan, they are located on Plainfield. It's in that plaza that has the Scooters Coffee in front of it. The vibes are good. They just did a remodel, and I have a friend who does tattoos there. Well, actually, I guess I have 2 friends now. My friend is an apprentice technically, but she's incredible. But her and then the person that she's doing the apprenticeship for or under, I don't really know what the terminology is for that, but they're both super sweet and they crushed it. They had a whole weekend sale, 420 weekend sale situation. It was so fun. We had such a good time. It was really busy. There were people lined up out the door before they even opened, which was awesome. Yeah, it was just a really good time. I had a lot of fun. So that was my weekend. And then after the weekend was over, my people at Shakedown Street messaged me. Well, my girl, Joey, from Shakedown Street messaged me and asked me to make a little poster for they're doing a wire wrapping class event with my friends from the Rusted Rabbit. Love you guys. And they just wanted a poster so that they could print off some flyers and stuff and market it and whatnot. So that was a fun little project that I had. It turned out really cute. I really like it. But yeah, other than that, for work, I've actually had a creative spark. I've been drawing a bit, which has been nice because, as you guys know, I have had a very, very dry sense of artistic ability for the last few weeks. Honestly, more like a month. It's been fun. It's been good. Good fun. So that's pretty much it for work. I don't really have plans to do anything for work this weekend. I'm really just chilling. I have a pop-up not this weekend, but next weekend. That's the vibe. Other than work, I had a little treat called my fiance had the day off on Monday, and we have some yard work to do. So we are doing our front landscaping. So we kind of just had to dig a bunch of holes and rake a bunch of dirt and put some bricks out. And now we have to get some rock to fill it in to make it all nice. We went to go get the rock yesterday, but it was literal dust. The garden place that we go to, they just got like a bad supply of rock, 1 shovel in, and it's just dust. And I was like, like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So we had to go back and return the rock, and the owner was super, super sweet and understanding, and he was like, well, if you have to go somewhere else, I understand, like, here are the places we know. And we're like, no, like, we're coming here. And the fact that you handled it with such grace means something to us. So we've been working on that, and then we're also making a fire pit area in our backyard, which is gonna be so cute. We dug up the dirt for that, and we're probably gonna work on that Saturday, which is tomorrow. Yeah, it is noon. It is noon on Friday, and I am just now recording this, so you're getting a really up-to-date podcast today. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be working on fireplace and landscaping, and that's going to be our project. I really hope we can get both done in one day. Is that a little bit optimistic? 100%. It's fine. Other than that, you guys, there's gonna be like, I think that's a chainsaw. I hope that's not too distracting, but it might be. Let's get into the obsessions for the week. Obsessions/habits. I've been obsessed with this game that I played with my friend's boyfriend at the pop-up this weekend. It's called 5 Crowns. If you haven't played it, go get it. I ordered it the next day. I ordered it the day after I played it because I was like, I cannot go one more minute without having these cards in my hands. So I ordered it. It's like, if you guys have ever played Rummy or Rummikub, it's very similar to that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so fun and addictive. Jason and I have played it several times, and we just got the cards like 2 days ago. That's been definitely an obsession. I've also been doing different types of working out. My tattoo artist friend, we went to the gym this week, which normally I'm not like a gym girly. I'm more of I'm gonna go for a walk and then do yard work for my workout. We went to the gym on Wednesday. I can't remember if we went last week. I don't know. We've only been doing like once a week, but it's been kind of nice because I can go and use the machines and stuff. I don't have a gym membership because I just would not go alone, and I know that, but she has a membership that she can bring me along with, which is nice. So yeah, I've been doing some of those workout machines, you know, the ones where there's weight and like you push or pull or whatever. Is it weight training? I don't know what it's called. I have no idea what it's called. I'm just working out, and it's been nice. I felt very sore this morning, but I definitely feel a difference. It feels good to be doing things like that. And also, my oldest stepson has like a weight bench, and we also have a Bowflex. So I'm like, should we make a little mini home gym in the basement? Because that'd be nice. Because I've never been like a weight lifting or weight training type of person. I honestly kind of enjoy the workout. I don't know why. It's just always seemed very intimidating. But now that I've done a little bit, I'm like, I think I could do this. It's kind of nice. I don't know. I always associate working out with cardio that really makes me debate whether I should be alive or not. Take that with a grain of salt. That's been the thing. I mean, nothing crazy because I don't want to go so hard and then burn out. That's not my thing. I think I've talked about this before, that I want it to be more of a lifestyle thing, because I really enjoy how it feels to get movement in and feel sore the next day. I love that. It feels nice. It does. Those are my habits and obsessions. Goals for next week. I just want to make it through the week, to be quite honest with you. I need to get my wedding invites sent out. That's my goal. Get my invites sent out, which is a huge task, but I'm gonna do it. It's that time of the day, folks. It's time to get into the topic discussion, and I think I'm gonna title this episode Going With Your Gut, because you need to trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna be talking mostly to creative entrepreneurs, or I'm gonna be mostly talking to people who are already entrepreneurs or are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. So if that's you, pay attention. If that's not you, enjoy the discussion. Maybe it'll apply to you in some capacity. This is how it typically works, or how it worked for me when I first decided to start a business. It's like I got this new idea and I was just charging forward. Like, nothing can stop me. I'm very determined. I am going. But that also means that was like all I talked about, which is fine. You should talk about your passions, whatever. However, when you do that and you mention it to the wrong people, the wrong person or the wrong people, I feel like it always ends up like you have to defend yourself and overcompensate to make it seem like it's a valid decision or choice. Oh, I'm starting a jewelry business, but it's good because X, Y, and Z, and this is my plan, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's like you want to get the approval from these people that you're sharing it with. It's great to have support and approval, but at the end of the day, you don't need that. It's helpful to have some people's opinion, but when we tell everybody or people that we just know might judge us, it's not helpful for us. It's not healthy for us. It's not helpful to them. It's just all around a bad idea. Not to mention, it really gets in the way of the passion that you have. For me, if anybody gave me a weird comment or remark about it being not a legit job or not a legit path, it made me like second guess everything and not have as much confidence. And it also just like it just really got to me, and part of that is because I let a lot of things get to me. However, we're human. It's gonna happen. Sometimes people say stuff and it really sits with us in a way we don't want it to sit with us, especially if it's like, this didn't happen for me, but especially if it was a parent or somebody that you like, somebody you hold up on a really high pedestal and they're not about it. They're not into it. They don't approve of this message. You know what I mean? That can be really hard to deal with, because it's like, this is the person that I want the approval from, and they're not giving it to me. But at the end of the day, is that person making your life the best it could be? Is that person responsible for your emotions? Is that person responsible for making your money? Absolutely not. It's you. Side note, we have one life. Do you really want to be stuck doing a job you don't like? The answer is no, okay? But obviously you have to make it work. So go at it with logic and don't be naive to that. That's a hard part, because, you know, there are some people that I've known, some people that I have recently met who will have these ideas and they'll go for them, but maybe they're not very lucrative, and then it's like jumping all in and putting all of your eggs into one basket and then realizing, oh hey, that's not working for me. So there's definitely a sense of reality that needs to be addressed and looked at, but at the same time, you know what's right for you. You know what's going to work for you. There's going to be people who look at you weird, look at you funny, and they're going to make comments, and chances are it's going to make you feel a type of way. But that just kind of reminds us to keep some of that stuff to ourselves and then prove it to them later, if it means that much to you. Because some things just go better left unsaid. In the words of that man from The Waterboy, what mama don't know won't hurt her. Mom, if you're listening, I'm not talking about you. Okay? Love you. Thank you for supporting me. I feel like once you get to that point, you've already weighed out your options. You already know that this is what you want to do and this is what you're going for and blah, 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 blah. So you have to really trust yourself and trust that you have everything that you need to do it and live up to that potential. Don't let it go wasted. You know what I'm saying? We have 24 hours in a day. How many of those are you awake? I don't know. But make the most of them. Pack what you can into the time that you have. There's definitely an element of trusting yourself that you have to find and listen to and believe in. Otherwise, it's just going to go downhill from there. I've talked about this before. Like, I have my own back, and when you're an entrepreneur, you have to have your own back. You have to trust yourself, but you also have to prove that trust to yourself. It's not about trusting that tomorrow morning I'll get the project done, but tonight I'm gonna go out with friends. It's not that. It's trusting yourself when you start. Hey, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna finish it, and then, you know, my friends are gonna go out and hang out, and what am I gonna do? I'm gonna feel accomplished and go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain sacrifices that have to be made in order to find that success, and your whole life will probably change, but honestly, it's for the better. It's okay to be a little bit selfish sometimes. It's okay to know where you stand in your life and what your time means to you. I really think that entrepreneurs all kind of feel this way. Whenever I read a biography of an artist, or, you know, somebody has an article in a magazine or whatever, they always go back to childhood and like how they were brought up and what it means to them now. Is that an entrepreneur thing? If you're an entrepreneur and you can attest to that, I would love to hear it. But like, we all have our origin story, you know what I mean? And we've all experienced childhood and growing up and realizing, oh hey, I wasn't built for the 9 to 5. I wasn't built for a normal job. And that's weird because a lot of my friends are, and I don't really fit in, and something is different and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Anyway, back to the kid thing. I feel like when we're kids, we have like, you know, the world is our oyster. There's so many opportunities. We can do literally anything we want. I can be a ballerina. I can be a dentist. I can be an artist. I can be a writer. We have all of these different options. But then once you get older, it feels like your options or like paths to success, they just like shrink. It's like the scope gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you have like, I can be a cashier, a waitress, or I can go to school for 4 years and get into a bunch of debt and then find a job with a degree. That is what a lot of us see as our options. But you guys, I think as kids, we were kind of onto something. We can do whatever we want. We have, you guessed it, free will. We can do literally anything we want. That kind of goes back to the point I made about like we have only so many hours in our day. We have one life, you know. We have free will. So why don't we do something that makes us enjoy our lives, you know? Seriously, I think doing inner child work or allowing yourself to feel that kind of inner child feeling just really opens up your mind. Is that weird to say? It might sound kind of woo-woo, but I mean, seriously, if you can kind of tap into that, like childhood energy, you might find yourself going towards a passion that you had as a kid or a new passion you have now, and just like opening your perspective and seeing all of the things that you could do, which could bring, you know, a new financial opportunity, but it can also really, really spark a new like emotional milestone, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try my best to explain that because I found myself kind of doing that. I mean, I still feel myself doing that, and it's really incredible, but we'll get into that. I think when we open our mind and kind of broaden our perspective in that way, it's just really important to, again, trust your gut and have a lot of patience with yourself. Also, using your brain. I feel like there needs to be a healthy balance between optimism and reality. Let's say you're starting a crochet business or something of the sort. You have one good pop-up and you're like, all right, I'm quitting my job and this is it. That's not really feasible because there's things you need to get done. You have to get your LLC. You have to pay for that. There's a million things you need to pay for, especially if you're a handmade business. You have to stock up that inventory and make sure you have it. And then you have to make sure that the money you're bringing in covers that and covers everything else you have to pay for. So having that sense of reality and not having the overly optimistic, idealistic mindset is key. Because yeah, you might have a great idea. You might be really talented at something. It might be perfect for you, but there's certain boxes that you kind of need to check before you just free fall into it and have no backup plan. Going with your gut in a way that is also using your brain, letting our actions come from the heart, the mind, and the soul. Now I'm gonna backpedal to when I said something about tapping into that inner child feeling that it could potentially spark a new emotional milestone. What I mean by that is there have been times where maybe I'm not like in the best place in my brain, and take that with a grain of salt because I am a generally very happy person. I love my life. I have a great life, but you could have everything you could ever ask for in the world and things could be great and you could still have some sort of feeling that's like, something's off, something's missing. And honestly, I've had that undertone in my mood for a lot of my life, which is kind of sad, but you know, we all have our struggles. It's fine. I'm not suffering by any means, but having just a feeling of discomfort, it's a feeling that things aren't as good as they could be. Even when I have that kind of undertone, I would have these like fleeting feelings of safety and security and inspiration. That's how I always felt as a kid. Not everybody has a great childhood. I was really lucky. I had like the best upbringing that I could have possibly had. Thank you, mom and dad. 99% of my friends did not have a great upbringing. What I'm trying to say with that is I understand that not everybody's inner child is the happiest place to be, but I'm talking about those moments of being a child where it's like you're at recess and you're playing in the grass and like it smells like freshly cut grass, you're with your friends, you're having fun, that kind of energy, like the sun's beating down on you, things are good, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any traumatic situation. We can at least say that. I know school served as a safe haven for a lot of kids, especially where I grew up. I didn't realize it at the time, but I sure do now. Getting out of the household that is not great for you and being at school with your friends and your chosen family, that's where a lot of kids could be at peace. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can kind of tap into that, if you can feel that for a moment, you can feel that at any point. Taking myself back there really helps me to have a mood boost and feel good about my day and feel inspired and happy. Encompassing that as an adult and feeling that way as an adult just makes the whole adulting process so much easier and so much more enjoyable. So I would highly recommend figuring out what that feeling is for you, and then working towards bringing more of that into your life as an adult. That's what I got for the topic discussion. I felt like that was important for other people to hear because that's helped me a lot. And I think that also helps with new entrepreneurs, because I feel like a lot of the times as entrepreneurs, our passion projects, they stem from our childhood and who we were as kids and our upbringing and all of the good things that have happened to us or that we put that into our work. And I think it makes us better entrepreneurs and better creatives. That's kind of why I think tapping into that inner child energy is helpful and beneficial to starting new businesses, new paths, whatever it is for you. That's this week's episode. I've got 3 journal prompts for you today. The first one is, what type of feeling or energy am I craving? The second one, when did I feel that for the first time? And the third one, what are 3 things I can do to feel that again? And that's just kind of like the inner child activity I have for you. Hopefully it helps you. That's the pod for the week. I hope it was helpful or insightful or entertaining for you. And I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. Thank you so much for listening to me yap your ear off. I will talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.